Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital GH spoilers hint that Willow Tate Corinthos Caitlin McMullen is determined to visit Michael Corinthos, last played by Chad Jewell, in Germany. Still, with so much that has gone down in Port Charles recently, more specifically, her impulsive decision to sign over guardianship of her kids to Drew Kane Cameron Matheson, is there unforeseen drama on the horizon? General Hospital spoilers remind fans that Willow stupidly, and very quickly, signed a document that gives Drew guardianship over Wiley Corinthos, Byron Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia and Serenity Mork Mako, during the week of April 14 to 18. As Michael isn't in a state to take care of his children currently, if anything happens to Willow, custody of Wiley and Amelia could be handed over to Drew. Of course, Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, and Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros would band together to ensure this doesn't happen. However, as Drew is a congressman, and this is the land of soaps, his document could stand within a court of law. This week, Willow declared she was going to see Michael, and it seems as if she'll make it to the Baden-Baden burn facility in one piece. However, could something happen to her while she's in Germany or traveling back? Obviously, Willow won't die, she's too important in current storylines, but could an accident cause her to fall into a coma? Then again, she could simply be too injured to leave Germany and head back to Port Charles, thus leaving her kids in Drew's care. Drew's actions around custody of Wiley and Amelia could be the very thing that shows Willow what a slimeball he truly is. Especially if he keeps her children away from their extended family. Moreover, Nina and Monica Quartermaine, Leslie Charlson. Could Willow get into an accident that lands her in a coma while she's in Germany, or possibly when she's heading home? Join the conversation in the comments section. Port Charles is about to be shaken to its core as General Hospital takes fans on a wild emotional roller coaster with a storyline that combines heartbreak, suspense, and explosive courtroom drama. Willow Corinthos Caitlin McMullen, long-suffering and ever strong, makes a fateful decision to travel to Germany for specialized follow-up treatment related to her recent battle with leukemia. But what begins as a hopeful journey for recovery turns into a life-altering nightmare when her plane goes down over the Atlantic, and only a few passengers survive. A mother's hope, a family's fear. Before the flight, Willow had an emotional send-off at the Quartermaine mansion. Though she was reluctant to leave her children, Wiley and Amelia, behind, she was reassured by Michael Corinthos, Chad Jewell, that everything would be okay. Just focus on getting better, he told her with a kiss on the forehead. The kids and I will be waiting for you. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, still struggling to reconnect with her daughter, was heartbroken that Willow would rather face her treatment alone than lean on her biological mother. I just want to help, Nina had pleaded. But Willow stayed firm, her trust still frayed after Nina's SEC betrayal, and her boundaries clearly drawn. With just a small carry-on, Willow boarded the chartered medical flight headed to a renowned German clinic, believing she'd return in a few weeks stronger and cancer-free. Tragedy strikes midair. Midway over the Atlantic, tragedy struck. Severe turbulence and a sudden systems failure brought the plane down into the icy waters. Rescue efforts were swift but grim. Wreckage washed ashore along the coast of Ireland within hours, and while a handful of survivors were rescued from lifeboats and debris, Willow was not among them. Back in Port Charles, the news of the crash sent shockwaves through the town. Michael was devastated, barely able to function as he received updates from the German consulate. She can't be gone. She just can't, he whispered, clinging to a framed photo of Willow and the kids. Nina, who had just started to hope for a second chance with her daughter, collapsed in tears when she heard the news. Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, visibly shaken but determined to be there for Michael and the children, stepped in to help hold the family together. But grief was quickly overshadowed by legal chaos when questions of custody began to swirl. Custody chaos and courtroom fireworks. With Willow presumed dead and no body recovered, the legal guardianship of Wiley and Amelia became a ticking time bomb. Michael, of course, assumed he would retain full custody. But legal complications arose due to the fact that Amelia is Willow's biological child with Michael, while Wiley is technically the adopted son of Willow, and biologically the son of Nell Benson and Michael. The opening came when Nina, consumed by grief and desperate to hold on to the last pieces of her daughter, petitioned for joint custody of Wiley. I lost my daughter, she told a judge during an emergency hearing. I can't lose my grandson, too. Carly exploded when she learned of Nina's plan. You don't get to betray Willow, lie, manipulate everyone, and then swoop in and play Grandma of the Year. She shouted outside the courthouse. But Nina had retained the ruthless Martin Gray as her attorney, and he was ready to challenge the Corinthos clan with every legal weapon in his arsenal. Enter Harmony's past, a secret weapon. As the custody case began to build steam, a bombshell emerged. A mysterious figure showed up in Port Charles, a woman named Rachel Klein, claiming to have known Harmony Miller during her early days in the Dawn of Day cult. She approached Diane Miller with information that could blow the custody case wide open. According to Rachel, Harmony had forged Willow's adoption records to hide her from her real family, not just Nina, but another shadowy figure who may have a legal claim to Wiley as a relative. Could this mystery relative pose a new threat to Wiley's guardianship? Diane urged caution, but the door to deeper secrets had swung wide open. Michael versus Nina, a battle for Wiley's future. In court, Michael and Nina traded emotional testimony. Michael painted a picture of a stable, loving home for both Wiley and Amelia, supported by the Quartermains and the Corinthos family network. These kids just lost their mother, he said, voice cracking. They need stability. They need me. Nina countered with tearful declarations about her bond with Wiley and the fact that she is biologically his grandmother. I missed out on Willow's life. Please don't take Wiley from me, too, she pleaded. But things took a sharp turn when Martin introduced security footage from a recent visit Nina had made to Wiley's school, where she had been seen arguing with a teacher and confronting another parent. Is this the behavior of a stable, supportive grandparent? He asked the court. Carly, never one to back down, also took the stand and launched a blistering attack on Nina's character. She may be Wiley's biological grandmother, but that doesn't make her family, she declared. A shocking twist. Willow is alive. Just as tensions reached a boiling point and the judge was preparing to make a preliminary ruling, General Hospital delivered a jaw-dropping Friday cliffhanger. An anonymous call came into the PCPD. A woman matching Willow's description had been found alive in a rural hospital in Ireland, suffering from amnesia and internal injuries. Finn and Elizabeth raced to get confirmation through the hospital's records. Meanwhile, Michael dropped everything and hopped on a jet, clutching onto the fragile hope that the love of his life had somehow survived. In the final moments of the episode, viewers saw a bandaged woman lying in a hospital bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. A nurse gently said, "Willow. Can you hear me?" The woman turned her head slightly and whispered, "That's not my name, is it?" What comes next? With Willow potentially alive but suffering from memory loss, the custody battle is far from over, and may be more complicated than ever. If she returns and is mentally or physically unable to care for her children, the court may reevaluate guardianship once more. And if Willow eventually remembers everything, including her fractured relationship with Nina, she may have the final word in who gets to raise her children. Add to that the lingering secrets from Harmony's past and the mystery relative who could throw yet another wrench into the custody proceedings, and Port Charles is primed for weeks of shocking revelations, painful decisions, and emotional showdowns. Final tease. As Nina stands outside the courthouse in tears and Carly stares her down from across the street, a storm is brewing over Port Charles, one that will change Wiley and Amelia's lives forever. And when Willow finally returns home, it won't just be to a family in mourning, but to a full-blown war. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.